Hey everyone, Melody here. Today I'm doing a lineup for my 2019 planner slash journals. So as you can see, I have a ton of planners and notebooks here. So I have separated them into 4 different categories. One will be planning. The second one will be journaling and more of writing down what's going on in my life. And third one is task or category specific, and the fourth one is to carry with me. Like there are a few notebooks I carry with me day to day. So without further ado, let's dive in. Alright, first of all, if you have seen my previous video about this bullet journal, this is my 2019 bullet journal. If you want to see the details, I'll link my previous video up there so you guys can see it. And then this is the Hobonichi Weeks. I'm using it for my learning, my work related stuff. Like for instance, I'm doing this online courses on EDX, and I'm writing down what classes I'm going to watch each day, and I'm writing down the details on the right side. I really like the week's layout because you get to plan here and you get to write the details here, so it really works for what I needed. And this is Take a Note. This is the name of it actually. It's called Take a Note. So it's kind of like Jinbu Techo, except for it's 2 days on a page. Jinbu Techo is like a whole week on a spread. So it's a timeline. So I get to write down what's happening each day, like if I have a meeting, the details and stuff. So this is my timeline planner slash journal, because I will use it to plan out what's happening on what time. Also to write down like what happened, if that makes sense. So this is my timeline planner for 2019. And this one is my social media planner, mainly for my YouTube channels. So I'm going to write down like what I'm doing on what day, like if I'm shooting a video on a Tuesday and then I'm editing on Wednesday and uploading. And on this side, the blank side, usually I just write down what I'm going to talk about, just like an outline. I don't need a huge spread for like a script or something, because it would be kind of awkward to just read off the script. So I don't see myself uploading more than 2 videos a week, so this is the perfect size for it. It's a B6. So yeah, that will be my social media planner. So these are my 4 planning notebooks slash journal planners. Alright, moving on. These are my journals for 2019. First of all, this one is 2019 365 diary. This is the January to June. I also have the July to December one, which I have put on my bookshelf for later this year. Excuse me. So like the Hobonichi I used this past year, this is for me to write down what's happening each day, but this is the A5 size, so it's much bigger, because I found myself kept writing. It's just not enough to be in a journal this size. So I switched to A6 for this, A5 for this, and I really like the paper too. They also use the Tomoe River paper, and it's a little bit slightly thicker than Hobonichi, which I also like very much. So this will be my diary, and this will be the additional diary, just in case like on each day I only have 1 page, and sometimes that's not enough for me to write stuff for that day. Like if something big happened, I'm going to use this MD notebook. It's also an A5. They have the calendars in the front, but in the back it's undated. It's just grid paper, so I thought that's perfect. Like if something big happened that day and that spread is not enough, I'm going to put like a summary words over here, and back here I'll just use as many pages as I need to write down what happened. So these are my diary and additional diary. And this one is my 5-year diary. I have been kind of keeping it up, but not every day. So I've been just writing on like this year's days, and I haven't used this site at all. So I'll have to figure something out for next year, like what am I going to do with this site. So this is my 5-year diary from Hobonichi. I'm going to keep using next year. And this one is from, I don't even know. It's called Piranha Schedule Book. It's from a Taiwan company, and they are 2 days in a page, A6 size. I was going to use it for like a thought, a good quote I see, or something I see that I want copied down. I'm going to use that. Mainly I bought it because it's so pretty. It's just so pretty, and the cover is from I think it's called Mr. One. I bought it from China, and it's genuine leather. It smells so good, and it feels so good. It's not crocodile. I think it's a cow leather, and it's imprinted with crocodile imprint, if that's how you call it. But anyways, yeah, so this one I'm writing down little thoughts, little quotes, like things I see on the internet, things I see in a book. I'm going to use this. This is like perfect size. It's just little. I don't need to write down a lot in here. And then last but not least, this is also another dated A5. This is the company it's from. And I'm using this. I call this book Discover New Things. So basically what I'm using this for is if I see something new on the news, you know how you learn something new every day, this is what I'm going to use it for. Like if I see a new tip or tricks on the internet, or like on a YouTube channel or something, I'm going to write it down here. This is not an everyday thing. Whenever I see it, I'm going to write it down. But I'm going to shoot for have something new every day. So at the end of the year, I look back, there's 365 new things I've learned. It doesn't necessarily have to be new skills. It could be just like something I didn't know before. So these are my journal books. So the next one is like category specific notebooks. Like this one will be my recipe book. Like this is the Happy Planner box set. It came with the black plastic rings, but I bought the teacher planner for the red rings, and I thought this would be the perfect notebook to use it. Just the whole scheme matches like perfectly. So this is the recipe book, and this is what I'm using it for, the recipes. So I'm just writing down all the recipes that I like, that I make a lot, and I don't have to keep looking it up every time I make it. So, and it has like dividers for different categories, and I really like when there's a slow cooker. It has a little slow cooker over here. It says high or low. I thought that's really neat. So, and this one came with a pocket with a shopping list, stickers, and bookmarks. I thought that's like really nice. Love this. And for these two are my fitness / diet journals. So this is a classic size. I've been using it this year since October. I'm writing down how much I'm eating, what I'm eating every day, and my water intake and workout. So that's what I'm using it for, and I'm using a lot of stickers in it. It's so pretty. So next year I'm going to keep using this for my fitness and diet. And this is my gym log. Last year I was using a A6, no, not A6, a personal ring binder for this, but it wasn't as easy as this where I can just flip it backwards and use it like that. So as for the insert, I made this myself. So I have my strength training and then what exercise, what equipment and all that jazz. And adjustment is like for if I need to do one more set, I'll put an S and a arrow up so I know next time I'll do more set. My strength training and cardio, I have a start time and end time and how many calories burned. I have a watch that tells me, like, not accurately how many calories I burn, but it's good to keep track of it. And then I have the figure of different muscle groups. So I'll color in which muscle groups I have worked on that day. And cardio, like exercise. Usually I do the rowing machine, so I'll put rowing machine, and then setting, usually I do it at 6. So this is what I use it for. And then they're all facing outward. So, because I hate when I'm writing with the ring on my right side. So I always have it just flip up. So this way I can just write with ease. I don't have to worry about the ring on my wrist. Same thing over here. So this is my gym log for next year. And I also put a pouch. This was from the Happy Planner Girl Daydreamer line last year. And I used the inside for something else. And I still love the cover and the little pouch. So I'll put a pen here. Actually, I have a pen here. So I put a pen in here, and then I'll put my cell phone there when I'm at the gym. So yeah. So these are my category specific books. Alright, last I have the things that I carry with me. I don't carry all 3 with me every day. This one I do carry with me every day because this one is the Hobonichi Weeks. I put it in here and I use it to write down the things I buy, how much money I spent. Like I will highlight on, like for Whole Foods, like for groceries, I will highlight blue, and for like the Oasis, it's like a restaurant eating out, I'll highlight this this color, so I will see how much money I'm spending every week. And then there are 2 little inserts that I put in here just for whatever. When I don't feel like carrying these 2, I'll just carry this one. That will be more than enough to write down what's happening, and I just take notes and things like that. So this is my everyday carry. And this one is, I think it's like a A7 Miyakara size, similar to Gillio, but it's a little different. The design's a little different. I bought it on a secondhand website. So this, I have the DIY fish in here. So mainly just write down my tasks. I will move it over from my bullet journal and put down my tasks here that I need to remember on the go. Or like, I don't know, maybe shopping list, just things I need to remember on the go. And then I can put my credit cards, money, whatever, receipts. So this is a good carry with me notebook, and it's small enough. And then this is the Vendor Spect A6. I also love this a lot. This past year I have used my DIY fish in this, but next year I have taken note, same with my A5. Same thing with this one, but this is the A6 size. I have taken it apart to put it in here to write down the timeline on the go. Sometimes I write it down for like to not forget if I need to do something, and sometimes I write it down what I did. So when I come back, I can move it back into my A5, take a note. It's not necessary, but sometimes I get really forgetful, and when I don't remember to write my diaries every day, this really helps. When I have a timeline, I can easily just remember, oh, that's what happened that day, and then I can make it up. But most of the time, I don't even make it up. I just leave it blank. Anyways, so these are all my notebooks and planners and journals for next year. So I counted, it's like all 16 of them. Just keep in mind, you guys don't need this many. I have this many, one, because I really like all the notebooks I have. Two is I'm still learning how to use a full system, so I'm still doing the trial and error again this year. So last year I have sifted out some that I would not be using. It's just not applying to me. So these will be my new trial and error for this year, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you guys next video. Bye.